Today, my students are going to figure out how many jelly beans there are in this bag, or they're going to guess at least, as well as how many of each color jelly bean there are in this bag, using proportional relationships as well as the volume formula.
That's good.
Here's what we need. A giant bag or jar of jelly beans. Individual bags with jelly beans for each group. I just grabbed a handful and threw them in here, so that way every group is going to have a different sample size.
Yep.
2 gloves, because you're going to have 2 students handling food. A ruler must have both inches and centimeters. Centimeters is preferred though. I don't have it with me, but each group is also going to need a pencil, calculator, and a piece of paper to record answers. Mm-hmm. Students are going to begin by estimating how many total jelly beans there are in the big bag or jar that you have. Then they're going to sort the jelly beans in their sample size on their table by color, as you see here.
Tell us. I don't know.
Record how many of each color they have out of their total. For example, if you have a sample set of 30 jelly beans and you have 4 green, you would write 4/3. Not 4/3, 4/30. Of course, we like to simplify our fractions, so the kids could simplify that to 2/15. As teachers, we're super loaded, full of money, very rich people. But in the event that you don't have a jar for your jelly beans, a plastic bag will suffice. So the next step of this is to go around to each group without saying anything. They're going to have 2 minutes where I will go up to the group, hold the jelly bean jar or bag, depends on how bougie you are, for the students to measure. I'm assuming that they will then measure the height and the diameter or radius. If the group is not quite sure what to do first, you can suggest to them that those are the measurements that they'd need, which should then inspire them to go do the same thing to their jelly bean.
Ready.
After the students have found the volume of their jar or bag and the volume of their jelly beans, they're going to divide the jar volume by the jelly bean volume, and that should give them their estimate of how many jelly beans are in the bag or jar. And while I know as teachers you have a ton of free time and would much rather spend your time counting out every jelly bean in this bag, I am going to have about 4 or 5 trusted students to then, once everybody's finished, count out the jelly beans as well as sort them so that we can see which group is closer. If you want to make a game out of it, as I'm going to do, because I'm a big game guy and I like to win, whichever group has the most accurate estimates on their chart, as well as the estimate for the total, whichever group has the most amount correct will win the entire bag of jelly beans.